The stakes are simple. KOI, they have to win if they want a chance to make playoffs. And for Liquid, if they win this match, they will be locking themselves in. So once again, much like the first game, the map vetoes are going to be very, very important. Although for one team, Meg, the map pool is a bit stronger.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was just distracted because I was trying to see what shoes Flyer was wearing after the lucky one. I think he bought a new pair out. But yeah, of course, I mean, Team Liquid here are favoured in terms of the map vetoes. And we do see the Haven and the Pearl coming in. And the Lotus to start, which I think is a really interesting choice after such a standout performance, because this is being picked by Movistar KOI. Yeah. And obviously an outstanding performance from Liquid last week against Foot. And the way that we saw Camo on Waylay, this is...
They must know something we don't.
They must.
What do you reckon that is, Faded, if you were looking at this comp of Liquid?
I mean, I think one thing is, if you think about how Liquid was with Lotus during kickoff, right? They were very, very scared of that map. They came in, picked a random comp, and I'm pretty sure they built it on the fly. And they won, but it was still during Bangkok, one of their tough maps. I do think that KOI probably has an idea of how they want to counter the aggression and punish. Because Liquid is probably going to be pretty explosive with this, so I think if KOI probably has a good game plan, and if they can execute on the game plan, I think they're going to put up a good fight against them.
Completely agree, and also we have to add something. Movistar KOI was the team that was already playing with double Sentinel. They know the strengths, well, not always. They know the strengths and also the weak spots. So I think they could try to get something on this match.
Can't outdo the duo, like I said, they're the OGs, they know, they got the solutions. But let's take a look at the agent select and see if we will get that Wasteland comp once again out of Liquid and what KOI are going to bring us. Okay, Alpha Year before this was the only player in the entire world in Tier 1 that plays Killjoy on Lotus. And now Soulcast is going to join him.
I mean, Alpha is a trendsetter, I do have to say it. And I think, you can't deny that he found so much value with the Killjoy. And I really do hope that Soulcast can echo that today and find as much value for Movistar KOI as a team.
Did you expect this, Faded? You like this?
Not really. Well, I didn't expect it. And granted, we got punished by this comp fairly recently, so I can definitely say that I think people always feel like old meta comps or comps that are kind of not as popularized, lose value over time, especially the new agents. But I mean, Fnatic showed, what the strengths of this comp still exists.
Yeah.
I think it really comes down to I'm very interested in how KOI is going to approach it. So
yeah, I can't wait to see this. Thank you so much, Fader, for joining us. We'll see you here next week. We've been backseat gaming this whole time, so let's send this down to the front line over to Pansy and Minnie.
Thank you so much. And yeah, look, Minnie's told me he's going to be backseating this whole game just before we got here. A lot of pressure on KOI just because Minnie is now going to be judging them parlously. No, I'm kidding. But how do you feel about this? Because we've got Liquid with a very creative comp coming in. Yep. We've already seen it look very good. Camo looked exceptional on that Waylay. I think it was like 23-7 up against Foot. Showed its validity. Brilliant. Cool. Tick in the box. Even the desk Faded saying there's some length to this. It has that versatility going forward. But KOI's gone for the switch up here, Minnie. What do we make of this composition? It's one you're probably quite familiar with. You've seen this before.
Seen this one before.
Is it enough to light a fire under the team that desperately needs a positive result?
It's not the kind of comp you expect to be that kind of explosive, weird comp. It is a very standard comp, but I'll argue that it is better than the comp they're running before. It allows them, like Uli on the desk was saying, it allows them to fight a little bit more and be a bit more proactive. And ultimately, their comp before just wasn't working for them. Liquid, on the other hand, they didn't get punished by Foot in that game. Those second layers didn't get exposed, so I like the fact that they're also coming to the table again with the same comp.
I think that's something we'd love to keep touching back in on, is how does that adaptation work? Because their result was just exceptional in the past for Liquid here with this sort of composition. So we didn't get to see it having to be put to test. But for now, we focus as Kiko under challenge and under threat, going to be traded out effectively as Patitech doesn't leave him to fight alone.
Yeah, strange for Kiko to commit there, but still gets the frag, and that's what he's been doing all season long.
Patitech running the safe tech of just walking up the drone silently. Does get dealt with, but 3 of them remaining.
A re-clear here with the Waylay.
Ooh, Camo, this is nice. It's actually Nats to claim onto Flyer, and they've just they've kind of re-engaged this fight, right? They were taking that space back, didn't even want to give the main on the way in.
it was a surprising timing, but this is Waylay 101, and what I like from Liquid on this map is using that Waylay reactively, taking the space back with that refract.
Glad you know what it's called. One of us is a professional here, and it is not me. Shados now a 1v4, and you can already see it. I think we saw on the X-ray for a second. Yeah, on the right, that little setup. Really hard to get past for him. Has to face it. He does. Camo farming up nice and early, but Patatek, lovely support from him too. Nice to see that kind of collective effort going through this. Liquid going to claim the first hit. Kicking things off well for themselves as Koi. Again, look, in some of their recent performances, those first map woes have been pretty rough for them. I think it's a very clear way to discuss it. I want to see these guys look... Oh my god, I've just seen what's behind me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my good god. Yeah, absolute I-Series warrior coming through. But luckily we are back in game, so thank you very much for the questions and the interactions. You guys at home are a valued member of the talent now. So welcome on board. But we kind of highlighted a couple of those key issues that could be returning here, but this round probably won't be the one that we see too much for. But I'd love to see Koi go for a little something a little different. Give me a little look here. You only have classics. Why not try and work
see how they
out?
deal with the rubble control that Team Liquid is going to do every single round. They're going to be fighting for this rubble control a lot with the deadlock and with the omen sometimes. And what can Koi do against that?
And is this going to be like a prep thing, or is it just an in-server kind of pick it up as you go along? For now, it's going the way we'd expect, very clean from Liquid, they'll be happy. But as I said, is that something you'd lead in with as a kind of theory crafting how you'd like to handle it, or is it something that you just can do live on the server? But you're probably quite aware you're coming against this comp, so surely you'd want to put a little bit into it, right?
Absolutely a server. Rubble specifically is one of the few times where we'd actually load up the game and kind of go in the server together and kind of fight each other and see how it felt. Rarely we do that, usually we just speak about it, but Rubble specifically, there's so much micro elements and like tiny little details that you need to kind of figure out.
We'll see if that does come in. This would be the round. Look behind you.
No. If I look behind me,
down on my screen, which you will now see. Now, there we are. So hopefully all good to go. We'll keep you up to date as we go forward. But the bonus here coming into play. If you missed it, you didn't miss much. 2 rounds to Liquid, and they looked very, very robust in it. This composition still looking solid. Haven't really seen Koi address this rubble control yet as how they want to approach it.
Seems like they got a bit of a plan here where they're listening for that control and then immediately pivoted towards BC side of the map. At least they're understanding. Reclear here though.
Kiko taking a real risk on that one. Filu's going to punish him on the little bit of a glance out from B, but there's a lot of bodies to B, so it's almost bait in a weird way. It's almost kind of welcoming you in, but there's a lot more behind that.
Yeah, I want Koi to now explore that rubble side of the map. Like, go re-clear it, use this Viper wall, and make sure that Team Liquid aren't stacked B and C right now, which they are.
I'd love to see them try and go through that information game, right? Get those protocols right, go through that really robust list. Now it seems like, okay, a little bit of a investment towards rubble. That Prowler went down, but that was about it from Shados, but they are still glancing towards that C side of the map.
Yeah, and Liquid weren't confident here, so free sight for Koi, it looks like. Gonna have all the time in the world to sub for this post plant.
Yeah. Liquid will be here quite quickly, though. You noted it. It's kind of stacked towards B, but with a quick rotation through CT from 2 of them. Stall coming in as well. Going to deny the, I assume, plant on the first attempt of things. I'm curious to see what the next layers to this are. You still got Camo sitting pretty with his util, who can go in denial. No pressure towards Waterfall either. Nothing to dissuade them from doing that. So Nats... Oh, look at this Cam as well. That is tasty, isn't it? Yeah, Camo going to find Flyer. And they're going to try and take the fight forward. 10 seconds, they kind of have to. Patatek waiting. Has support as well through CT. Oh, Koi! This is a nightmare come true. Feels down so low already. 47 HP ain't enough. Boombot there, maybe a little bit of a kit to play with. Spacing great from Patatek. Gets that swing off the back of Camo dropping. But Mini, what the hell just happened on the site, mate?
To be honest, I caught it completely wrong. I thought Koi had all the time in the world of post plant, and they couldn't even get the spike down. Team Liquid had a really nice setup there where they knew that they could stall, and they knew that they can spam. But that kind of protocol, like you were kind of alluding to, usually when you're getting spammed out like that, you'll see teams immediately start fighting.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure on it.
Making sure that the plant goes down, but Koi seemingly not having that protocol.
And that worries me. It really does. Got to say, though, love the Cam that was in play there. I mean, it's Nats, right? The guy is legendary in the role, but nice seeing that there, just kind of keeping the information flowing of when we commit, when we don't. Just kept that nice balancing act.
Completely new to me, to be honest.
Oh.
We also have Serial 1 away from ult on defense, and it'll be interesting to see if, with this rubble control, if they're able to snatch it away.
Okay, let's see how this looks going forward. not good is how it looks so far. But we hope it gets better than this. Clearly a couple of audio issues here that we'll work towards resolving.
Yeah, and Team Liquid again with another weird setup, like something I've never seen before. Deep Trip, Deep Cam, and an Omen and Cypher playing together a Mound. So more looks from them already.
Bear with us, folks. We are aware of the issues. It's going to be worked on as we speak. Clearly not going how we would have liked, but for now, Liquid making it past the first hurdle of keeping everyone standing on this pressure building towards Mound. Filu, again, you've heard it, and now we will see it being invested. Rocket Pop, does it get used for any value here? Just going to be taking space with it. So in reality, at least going to be using it to claim that C site.
And hopefully now KOI do protect the plant this time. You can see they're looking towards that waterfall.
Look at the cancel there, because you did hear the deadlock ult coming in. And actually did manage to catch. Going to be denied at least this bigger reward here, but a battle breaks out. Liquid with the pre-take here. Fighting back in, and once again, stability not to be found for KOI. Down to just one here in a 1v3. Soulcast has a lot to deliver on, and this is an incredibly hard situation. You're desperate for a pick. That's what you're after. You're really wanting something on your side, but you've got Util still there with Patitek investing it from the Teo. Soulcast at least going to get the plant and the time on his side. But the challenge now coming through, Soulcast has to isolate. Beautiful! Takes away Serial. Anyone else fancies to go, oh, one by one they tried. But Nats, the full stop to the sentence, denies that going any further wrong. But there was pressure on that site, Mini. There was a back and forth.
Beautiful from Soulcast, unfortunate at the end. It seemed like KOI this time overcompensated a little bit, but it was off of the back of that Team Liquid getting that deadlock orb and getting that ult, playing for that ult. They're very good. This is what Team Liquid are good at. I think to contrast with KOI, I think the ult usage from KOI can be a little bit rough at times, but on Team Liquid side, they know when to collect these orbs, they know how to play the setups. Playing a bit weaker towards C in this mid-round, but having that deadlock ult to retake and flood in.
Okay, so if you are just tuning in, it is 4-0 in favor to Team Liquid. We know the UI is in the current state, so we're going minimal here. It's like you're in the game. Where if anything, we're just immersive here in EMEA. Yeah, it's like you're back in the scrims, you know? Rolling back the years now. But obviously for KOI, economy now is going to be up against it. I'm sure if you do want to know the full economy, Sliggy did say live he was going to be writing out the exact figures on the screen, so do make sure you check that out.
I don't think he needs to write it out. I think it's all in his head.
It would be nice for the people.
Every player.
It'd be nice for the people, obviously, and the ult orbs as well collected. So huge shout out to you there, Sliggy. Make sure you keep.
I'm going to get a stream up actually, just
as you should. Yeah. You'd need that info too. For now, for KOI, it's looking for opportunities, maybe getting a bit of a read of how this game's looking. A little bit of a spot coming through.
A lot of
Nothing
space
much gained here, but yes, it is space more than anything.
And just having that Viper pressure towards the A side has weakened C up, but Team Liquid seem more than happy to give up the space on C every single time so far.
Yeah, and I kind of like the tempo of that pre-take almost that we've seen from them as well, kind of toying with how they want to approach it. This is a different look for KOI though, starting their walk through towards Waterfall. Plant being tested, but no one challenging from Waterfall. This time a higher focus through from CT. So sadly for KOI, a little bit of a, I don't want to say a misread, but I like what they've done to try and take some space, be proactive in the post-plant, but away we go. Liquid now back towards the side. What do they have to deny it? The pressure from Waterfall has to be there. Flyer doing well, but it is Liquid cleaning up. Just one really remaining, and you look at the spacing here. Grabino, you've got Kiko just holding it basically, and that's what he's going to do. So another round on the board for Team Liquid. They will be up to 5.
And you can see how paranoid KOI are about that Waterfall spam now, to the point where they're just sending 4 players to go deal with it. Unfortunately for them, nobody there this time. Nats is repositioned. But nice to see some of that thinking in those, a lower economy round. They have to take some risk.
Certainly do. And then I need to see, I assume this is a round we're going to see a little bit more of a fight back from KOI, hopefully. They've learned their lessons throughout these early rounds. Do they have what it takes to get even past Rubble? We've been seeing that Liquid are solid at holding this.
It's interesting they group up with 3 KOI outside Rubble, because it seems like if they get pressured, they usually run away. This time Grabino's thinking about it, but out quite quickly. And again, Team Liquid with the heavy mound setup again, leaving that trip deep on the mound side. There's layers to this Team Liquid. Like they're both sides of the map right now. You can see leaving Sentinel Util deep. If KOI aren't gonna go through the process of getting all this out, they could be running into a stack very easily.
feels like they could be running for a stack every single time. Already gathered up as 3 here for Team Liquid, kind of bring themselves back towards this B site, still having a decent amount of faith in the deadlock utility and the presence on A. And just that cam on the C site, that seems to be enough to keep them there. And again, we've seen it. Happy on the retakes, happy to kind of work back in. Haven't felt too much pressure from it. And a stall of an ult coming in, buying time for rotation. Not going to catch anyone, but it has cost them a couple of seconds. And I'm looking at, I think his Kiko's down very low here, actually, already. Down very, very low. Speaking of low, Filu as well. HP dwindling, a little bit of a battle breaks out. This time they're willing to challenge on the C site, feeling there was enough stall. Not on top, but a beautiful shot from Filu. Going back for a bit more. Koi actually having a bit of battle on this. Kiko's battered and bruised at the start of this round. Flyer on the flank. We are seeing a better look here from Koi. Kiko gonna have to try and do this. I don't think it's gonna be happening. That's the first for Koi here at 5-1.
Yeah, and as I started speaking about getting rid of that Sentinel util, immediately you saw Koi get rid of both. Team Liquid reacted with some kind of B pressure, but Koi handled it well, attacking that C site with composure.
One enemy remaining.
Nice to see that lurk as well coming into play. A couple of layers being shown here. Solution being found, at least in that essence of how they want to approach maybe that C site now. They've got a little bit of a rhythm in their mind, but I don't think they'll be able to get away with it. First real challenge. Oh, hey, we got the HUD back. Don't know for how long. Sorry to put you out of work, Sliggy. Back to your usual business. You can react after the round. Mini's got this one.
It seems like to me, Koi keep grouping outside of A in case Team Liquid don't take rebel control, but Liquid are doing it every single round. So it seems like almost a waste of time to leave those players there for the start of the round. I'd rather just go else in the map and come back to A, which is what they're doing now. So Koi having a good read here that they can re-clear A.
But I do still like that Liquid have explored over towards kind of B main. They've already pushed out towards Mount. They should have a good understanding of this, maybe still considering it could be a pivot towards that B site, playing out of Blue Room, kind of keeping bodies around that. And just leaving that waylay in the hands of Camo to be locking down towards A, or at least one of the approaches, but this pathing through tree, it's allowing them to get pretty close here.
Oh.
Okay, well, that's Camo gone. Philo again using this to secure space. Wondering if it will find a player. Oh, Patek could be in trouble here. Yeah, he is. Caught off guard. Beautifully done by Koi. Applying it in the right way and securing this post plant now with solid number advantage. Still have Soulcast's ult as well. Nats and Kiko joined by Serial. Now losing out. Nats have a world of trouble ahead of them, and Serial can't do much about it really. Koi starting to find a rhythm that works for them. Kiko, 1v4 is a lot to ask for here. You'd need a couple mistakes from Koi, which I hope they're not going to be making. Nice shot, but timing is starting to really run low, and the others can play to that time.
Should just be a save here. Liquid's economy is not good enough here for him to go for more, and the damage isn't worth it right now. I like this approach from Koi though, using the tree side. I was talking to you about this just before. Like teams have started re-clearing out of Blue Room, is what you called it. Hobbit for me, you know. Blue Room. And so teams are avoiding that re-clear, especially with the Waylay. The Waylay can refract and kind of go out and kind of re-clear. Teams are starting to use the tree a lot more on the attack. Completely avoiding Camo though.
We've seen the impact already on the finances. Decent enough. Kiko, the one with the Vandal remaining. Everyone else down to Sheriffs and just a Ghost for Nats. So now we have to see that answer back from Liquid. A couple of rounds in succession here for Koi. A couple of ults coming up. Audio, a couple of seconds behind. All good. And it looks like they want to try and utilize that Vandal, kind of, I guess, player forward.
Yeah, they're almost baiting aggression on B, but they're baiting Koi to destroy that wall, and then Kiko is going to peek behind. But Koi having another bit straight into the B site.
Filu, yeah, nice. Nice so far. Not afraid of the challenge. Camo with a quick reminder, but Koi putting bodies behind it. This is solid. This is the big gun, and this boy's got some space. Kiko, got to be kicked. Oh! I thought there was a chance on that, but Kobino really catching it back in hand, and that's going to be a formality. Well done to Koi here. I feel like Mini, we're very critical of them when things aren't going right, obviously, and fairly so. I think we've been asking a lot more of them. The last couple of rounds, we've started to see some of that hit home, it feels like.
Yeah, they're listening for this rebel control, seeing what's happening. If the rebel control happens, they're getting out of there, moving away. And when they feel that Rubble isn't being pressured enough, they'll explore that area. So very simple Lotus gameplay, but some of the teams in EMEA right now aren't doing that, and KOI are.
Let's choke them. Where are you?
Again, let's see how this unfolds. It's going to be those early tells we're looking for.
Yeah, Liquid are now switched. I'm surprised that with KOI hearing the lack of Rubble control this round, that they're not exploring it. Because Team Liquid have swapped to a more traditional Sentinels towards the C side of the map approach.
It's quite the vast amount of utility in the way, so it's going to be, if they go late, it's going to be rough there. But they've already cleared the util towards B, which is pretty valuable. It gives them a pivot option later on if they do want to explore either through door or straight through main. They have that there. And even maybe a look back towards A main.
I think Team Liquid are trapping now. Yeah, you see, the Waylay's got the ult ready. If there's any trigger at all for Team Liquid, the ult's going to come out, and we're going to see Salvos, we're going to see maybe a Paranoia, and we're going to see a big fight towards Rubble now.
As KOI maybe expected, it feels quiet here almost, right? A little too quiet. No challenge on this, just the Prowler. And nothing else behind it.
I believe I've seen Team Liquid do this before, so it wouldn't surprise me if KOI feel this is happening from the preparation and know that C should be the place to go right now.
They've got the right read, but there are bodies here. Serial and Nats both waiting, so this won't be easy. Filu is going to be hindered from the way in, but he keeps his life. It's Flyer to find Serial. Nats on the trade out. Already captured there, going to be keeping one with him. Beautifully done by Nats, composed as they did try and flood towards the site. Oh, the cross is being dominated. Nats in control here, and time being a factor. It is a 3v2. Soulcast and Gravina trying to work this one out. The ult going to be utilized as well at some point here. Nats again, just powering forward. Very well handled, almost funneling KOI around the map.
Yeah, I said that C should have been the site they go, but at the same time there's a Deadlock and a Cypher, and Deadlock's got an ult. We saw Serial use the wall to delay, and then it's able to get a nice little Deadlock ult off. Without that wall, maybe there isn't like as much of a funnel. But yeah, textbook Nats Sentinel hold.
It's lovely to see that from Liquid though, because it did feel that KOI were really trying to test the waters wherever they went, getting quite a nice read, but those traps being prevalent wherever they went. As you said, there was that reactive play that could come in on towards that Rubble side if there was commitment behind it. Here again, early control does of course go to Liquid on this, but it could be re-explored. But speaking of explored, Filu, once again, having a glance towards B. We can see what's on the other side. 3 players there.
Again, KOI should feel that Rubble's quite weak again. They've thrown that early fade eye and it's seen nothing. So I think Flyu can call people back to explore.
I do quite like this back towards middle. It's coming this way, doesn't it, Camo? There's a little presence, but slips back towards the site, but you can already hear the util being invested. This then, once again, forces the hand through towards Tree. We were happy to do this before.
Yeah, the problem this time is Flyu has Viper ult. So if Team Liquid aren't quick here to try and deny the A side of the map, and KOI are quick enough here to get that Viper ult down, it's going to be a very difficult situation for Liquid to deal with.
It is only him so far. Camo, gotta be cautious, falls away towards top site, gives up the site. Feel go walkabouts. This is a lot. That's 3 players. Reward is there. Nice follow-up as well. Controls the space and the Viper ult in play as well. Here comes those lurks. Yeah, last time around we saw it being Flyer. Soulcast looking for his timing. Don't know if he's going to get it because you can see this. Nats outdoes him. Late to the party, but fashionably late. Oh, Kiko! That's outrageous to find that in the dark. Flyer going to be kicking himself a little for that one, to be called out by the spam, but it's Shados now in a 1v3. No util to bank on. Does well. Does so well. If only he'd kept the gun in hand, if anything. The time's there for Nats. Liquid again, yes, pressured, but out on top at a 7-3 scoreline.
Yeah, I think that's a VOD review round for KOI. Viper ult in post plant, I wouldn't feel happy losing that. The spam through was unfortunate though.
Sure.
That was ridiculous. But Flyu should be safe.
Tucked in, safe away. Yeah, let the others kind of take there it was.
Player standing.
Oh, that is going to be a real bitter one.
Oh my god, I killed 3 people in the smoke.
Yeah, it is quite wild. And hey, look, I don't want to say critiquing, but we were keeping our eyes towards the ult usage. Feeling very close to getting it back now as well.
Is that 3 ults now he's had?
I think so, yeah. I think this is the third back on. He's done well. The first 2 had worked wonderfully. Camo with the operator, that's something new. This controls the line forward, makes it very difficult for Filu to work up here. Gonna be forced off the angle by the Prowler. Hold on, pressure! We were complimenting these ults, and that's why. Filu does it well. Takes the space away, but Camo gets it back. Plays it from Blue Room as Kiko. Rewarded on the angle as well. Overwhelmed in the end, but they've got control until then. Tipped away by Serial falling. The sight is not theirs. Nat's trying to thread the needle on the timing, but Camo barely alive. Been caught by the ult as well. They had to fall off from this. Really, what option does he have here? Operator on a retake. Just doesn't feel good.
No, and the economy's low. I don't mind if Camo's going to look for one. It looks like if he gets it, he'll commit, but should be saving if he gets nothing.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, Soulcast gonna deny it, and it felt like Liquid for a good amount of time there actually had the benefit of the trades coming in. This was a great opener, but the fight back was great here. And again, the double in from that Blue Room, beautiful, but well controlled by Koi. They're keeping up in this game. 4 rounds for them now. This is when it tipped over.
Yeah, Soulcast, I think, was the one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Very influential. Nice for
I
him.
like the call from Koi. It seems like Team Liquid had done a lot of re-clearing of that B space, and knowing that, you know, numbers might be there, and Philo could get that ult off potentially. Another janky buy for Team Liquid, forcing up as much as they can on this final round. Nice little B exploration.
Been proactive, but they've never gone this far.
Strange, they have a good read that the Killjoy turret isn't there.
Yeah. He plays behind. Nats needs to try and play his life. Go, I don't know if he's getting... He is alive! That is quite surprising, because Koi... Well, they're knocking at the door here. Soulcast, a challenge on his hands, though. Paranoia, gonna force him... Oh! There's the Scrim Soulcast coming out to play. Camo, backhanded. And now Patek becomes the kind of, I guess, big guy with the Guardian to play in. But Kiko is going to at least be able to pick up that Vandal, but they don't have that same access point, but they also don't have a plant yet.
Yeah, Koi have the gun advantage, but they feel very isolated right now.
That doesn't feel favorable. What a shot! Belting shot towards Filu. Now they can be a little bit divided on this. It gets tricky. Grubino now pressured, but he comes out on top. This is the tipping point. The scales firmly in hand of Koi, who navigate the threats. They keep their composure and get up to a 7-5 score.
Yeah, I think after how good Team Liquid came out of the gates here, I think Koi will be not over the moon with this, but happy.
We take what we get, and we are going to be going into a normal break, so we'll see you after this.
Friday night putting them plays in, but it feel like a special occasion. So let's go out, go blazing, hit the dance floor, let go frustrations. I might have a hidden agenda, but my intention's pure. I'll give you all that I got, and I hope that you don't need more. It's okay, just take my hand now. Yeah, me and sweating your hair out. You got me creasing my sneakers. That's usually something I care about. Couldn't see the path, but it's clear now. You was in my dreams, but you here now. And I just want a little dance and a reason to change my plans. All I want is for you to dance with me, with your hands in the air where I can see. I don't know if we'll get another chance, you'll see. So I hope that you'll just come dance with me. We outside, did you hear what? I called the ride cause I'm going up, and there's something mixy going in my cup. Don't say much cause they know it's...
It was a great start for Liquid. 5 rounds looking solid, looking strong, but Mini, there's a fight back here for Koi. They've found whatever they needed, and they've strung together 5 rounds, and in good fashion. It didn't feel like it was just quirky or, you know, out of the blue. It felt solid 1 round. Going forward, though, does it still apply on the other half?
Well, Koi are usually much weaker on their attack sides. So I think this is where they should be a bit better. It's Lotus, so It's always hard to say that they should be better on defense. But starting this game off with 5 rounds on attack is a lot better than they usually do.
True.
So For me, they're in an okay spot.
So, very similar early investment here for the pistol. Ghosts all around, barring Zero with the light shield, obviously, and then on the other side, I think it's Rubino. And that's about that. We dive in, and so does Camo. Decides to get out of there, though.
Full kit used already.
1 minute 28, by the way.
But enough information from maybe Team Liquid to start accelerating towards the C side of the map.
That's pretty telling as well. You've just seen some real committed
I mean, the
utility.
paranoia should be enough to, you know,
Oh, Soulcast had
let's
to be
speed things up.
quick. Yeah, had to get out of there. But it looks like Liquid are aware of that waterfall position that was the bane of Koi's existence initially.
I'm interested to see how they deal with it.
Well, they swing.
You can see.
Night and day, isn't it? Totally different in approach.
planted.
It's going to put Koi on the back foot for a second. They have to kind of reconvene and gather themselves back up to take this space back.
Yeah, Waylay Lurk, not something I've seen before.
No.
Turret will spot though.
Yeah, it should do, but maybe in all the mayhem it could go not unnoticed but unconsidered. Patatek certainly wants his name in the ring of things. It is just going to be really Grubino and Philo to fight back, and sadly for Shados, he is locked out of here. Still got to go on this. Patatek, you are a brave boy here. Oh, switching up to the one bullet in the Ghost is brutal. And now into the post plant. What are you meant to do? You got Patatek's position. He's got his util back online here. Didn't need it, as Nats will be there to secure the first in the second for Team Liquid.
Yeah, I've already got to praise Team Liquid's pre-plant and post-plant understanding there. And the pre-plant, making sure that Waterfall is covered, making sure the spike's going down. And in that post, we saw them call like a 3-2-1 fight. And you can see them all just going through smokes together and isolating out Boy.
Good job, boys. Nice direction. Very good. Keep up the communication. Nice, Patrick.
I presume Patrick might have called that. Is it Patrick? Is that Patatek's name?
I believe so. I've really just taken a guess on that one.
I'll guess that too.
Yeah. Ooh, Camo. It looks ridiculous. Rewinds back. Takes away Grubino. I mean, this is classics, right? So you're looking at them farming up here. You're looking at, hopefully, for the Liquid side, not losing any of these weapons. They're trying to be disruptive. I like it, but Camo again, still doing well here. This is nice for him. Confidence builders.
Yeah, I like this use of the Waylay. It's a little bit like when we see Chambers on attack. They can just run out immediately, kill my teammates, and then get out. Sorry,
Not
I got
you.
PTSD. I got
Not
PTSD
you.
from games. It's fine.
Have you been playing games?
No. My team lost to Chamber.
That went down.
Anyway, so yeah, the Waylay is just able to do something that, you know, you don't love having to use big parts of your kit early into rounds, but it's a look that they can have in some of these rounds.
It's good to set that expectation early as well. It's something that's going to be obviously conditioned into them. Whether or not they do it again, who knows? For now, Boy looking to try and be a little slippery, but Kiko, apparently this man and Smoke get on real well. Kiko's just been finding people through smokes, no sweat. So Cass, lovely. No more to be had, but as it stands, just Shados here. Really, options looking quite dire.
Yeah, he's looking for that cheeky one.
Do you reckon he gets it?
No. Wasn't even nervous.
No, he got it. Not even a little bit. I was nervous when Hannah Montana started to get mentioned on the broadcast. But Dora the Explorer, Hannah Montana, really going through it. Okay, bonus.
Camo again, I didn't realize he's 16 for 9.
He's farming.
Maybe, like, absolutely, right now, the best Waylay player, I think, in EMEA.
I'm 100% in agreement. Camo's been having a belting performance. Last time he was here as well, 23 kills. So it's not like it's a one-off. He's shown some real diligence. Obviously, we see in other regions a couple other players looking fantastic on it. I think Jorgamo being mentioned earlier on.
Yep.
Can't help but enjoy that. But Camo showing some real versatility, yeah, and commitment. It's stunning. Shados was just set up to fail, it felt like. Really, that paranoia, perfect, everything good. And another brawl breaks out. It's Camo still fighting the good fight. Grubino, that felt a little too far cooked, but this is the bonus. They're willing to brawl out like this. That feels desperate to me. Oh. Well. Don't think this is going to go. Oh, Nats is going back. Nats, I don't know if we needed to go that far.
Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, that was a very un-Nats thing to do.
Yep.
But, I mean, with Patatek's reposition, it is a very hard round for Soulcast to do much about. I think he's off ski.
Accepting fate here.
Yeah, he's out of there. I mean, look, that was a bonus round. Maybe you can take a couple extra risks if you're Nats or whomever else, but I'm surprised that KOI was so willing to be so brawly in that, so risky. I don't mind the fight back, but it feels like you're taking kind of coin flip fights, which is a lot to ask for in these sort of rounds.
They read the round well. They sent 4A, and if you can't win a 4A round when the other team goes rubble, like, I mean, if I was to run it back, I'd be happy for KOI to run back a 4A, making the read correctly. The refight, the initial, they got caught out by the initial deeper dive by the Waylay, and then the refight didn't look pretty. But
this is it in motion.
Nice pick.
Really lovely. Yeah.
That's one of the things. Team Liquid haven't shown their attack side on this map because they beat Foot 13-1. So they don't know these micro things, these micro angles. Like when I said earlier that they'd be on the server practicing these rubble fights, you can't practice it because you have no idea how Team Liquid are going to take it. Maybe you can formulate some kind of idea.
Craft, but yeah.
But if you were to say round 1 is going to be dash on top of rubble, you're probably going to be like, don't think so.
Surely not. Well, for KOI, it is timeout time. This has been a bit of a rough start because, again, the 7-5 half always feels very competitive, feels solid, and it feels like that gets broken in half if you get those first 3. Converting the bonus just breaks the spirits because the finances are going to be lacking, to say the least. And again, that bonus conversion, they are really building up some bank for Liquid. And for Camo, got to be confident starting to come in as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he ummed it a little bit that KOI should be happy, but ultimately it's defense side of Lotus, and this map is a map where attack side is going to be where you're putting up most of the numbers.
Yeah, let's see. KOI, let's see what you've done in this timeout. All eyes on you here. Maybe not even for this round, but the one to follow. I need to be reminded why this was your choice. This is their choice of map here to kick off on Lotus. Really, the only one to do damage in this one would be Philo. You've got Ghosts to supplement, a little bit of util here and there.
Yeah, still the outlook for Nats too. Can be a field day for him too.
Farming. Let's see.
Be right back.
Liquid, very direct in approach, not really mincing their words.
Yeah, made the read again.
Again, it must be nice to have someone like Nats just being on these calls. It just feels like he has like a cheat in the game. It's wild. Just such good reads on the opponents.
Reads with his lurks and now reads as an IGL.
Camo bonking head up against the window. Whoever made that noise, absolutely trolling. Camo though, trying to be towards the forefront here, still util. Yeah, again, you don't even need to look at just one. It's so many. Patatek there with a little bit more stall. You've still got the deadlock util to layer in, the paranoia to try and set this in motion. Kiko, Patatek making light work of all of them pretty much. Soulcast has gone down. Yeah, Shados gets one consolation prize at this point. Beautifully handled. Liquid, simplistic in approach, and they don't need to do more than that.
No, direct approach, but again, open sight.
Yep.
Easy for them. KOI did what they could with the retake, but too much util from Team Liquid. They didn't have to use too much util to take that site. Have it all for the post plan.
One enemy remaining.
Philo does have the Raze ult back on.
Yep. So they were good on attack.
Certainly were. And this would be hopefully what that timeout was for. To get them locked in for this. This is now 4 on the bounce for Liquid though. Momentum starting to build, and they have Patatek's ult. Hopefully not going to pull a governor. That was hard. Philo up for the fight. He loses, and they lose a big piece of the puzzle there. Would have liked to see that maybe utilized in a different way, but early damage done. Soulcast clean with it. Patatek and Serial go down, and the B-side gets controlled. Grubino re-establishing presence over towards Rubble. Every fight going their way.
Yeah, it was a nice, it was a little bait and switch Rubble distraction, but Soulcast has done beautifully this round. Going to be a difficult spot for Cats. Thoughts on Cats?
Swarm grenade out.
Okay, I don't think Clancy's well.
I'm not against it. I'd just like to see it do something. Now it's just Nats, so
okay.
Don't know if this is going to go well for him. Soulcast has had a bloody round. 4 kills, it was the first
even at the end there, like, him kind of, it felt like he's like, I'm good enough to hold this angle. Nice confidence there from Soulcast. Hopefully that might be something that KOI can run with. But yeah, I think that Team Liquid are doing a very good job of, like, there is this debate whether Waylay is good or not. And I think that Team Liquid are showing enough here for me to think that they're helping me in my debate that I think it is actually a pretty good agent. Maybe it's not quite as useful as Euro across the board, but I think on certain maps, absolutely fun.
Circumstance can allow. They've got 3 ults here to play with. Oh my god, Camo, you are quick today. Pace is the name of the game, it looks like. Camo, gonna be leading the charge, but Flyer unaffected by all of this. And no one seems to be aware. A massive gap in the approach there that seems to be well read. And once again, Soulcast is the one to hold this back. Liquid running into a brick wall.
Yeah, it's like they've never seen a Viper Orb before. Just, you know, can we go through this? Can we not? The answer is no, you cannot.
It's not cats this time. Pats.
It's Pats, yes.
Now, Pats, huge fan of.
I'm not extending this one.
No?
No.
Afraid of...
Yes.
Got it. Yep. Presence found from CT, not a big surprise. Oh, big ult though, that could be quite nice. Ah, Filu, Belter. Oh, and a follow-up too, Koi. Just trying to fight back, they're just shooting.
Yeah, a very strange decision from Pats there, using the tail into this round. 2v4. I genuinely am a big fan of the way that generally Team Liquid use the ults, but this round I think was textbook how not to, I think. The early, they were using the early dive from Waylay going into the ult after, but straight through a Viper Orb, and then in a 2v4 using the tail. And now on the other side, Koi are getting their ults up. Killjoy ult, Raze ult, we're close to Fade and Viper. 11-7, there's a few rounds to go, but some ults to play with is good.
Yeah, they've got options here, Koi. I'm a little on board now because it feels like they've reminded themselves that they can just shoot back, which is lovely to see. Filu and Soulcast having a field day. Soulcast towards the top of the board, Filu only just behind. They've got both of their ults ready to play as well. Finance is looking a little bit dreary for Liquid. And, I mean, they've still got Serial's ult on the deadlock, but it's not exactly an instigator in the same way you'd look at the others. So, for me, this could be another step in the right direction. 8 rounds is not an impossibility, but first big timeout for Liquid, though, coming in here. First usage as well. So, for them, looking to see what the adjustments are, as there have been some curious decisions being made.
Yeah, curious, yes. And I think in games like this is where Team Liquid should be ironing out some of those mistakes. I want to see the discipline there against the teams that they are expected to beat, because those habits, you know, creep in.
They do.
For, you know, if Team Liquid are going to another global, they're that caliber of team.
Spot on, I guess we do. I'm still having to get my head into the right mentality. Hold on. There's a little bit of a stall out on this. Going back out now. No. It's been won over. Koi, once again, establishing and putting their authority towards that rubble control. That's been in their hands now more often than not. It's Liquid left to explore the rest of the map now.
Still waiting.
Yeah, and Koi have options here, whether they want to still hold for sites or whether they want to use their ults in the retakes. So the options are all theirs, as long as they don't give away silly frags, basically.
Hopefully they're going to be disciplined about it. You can see the Liquid are very patient in approach, happy to take their time, no particular hurry. Maybe looking for someone to overstep, find an opportunity to get that early pick.
Drone going out.
Looks like it is towards rubble. Everyone kind of congregating back over this way.
Yeah, maybe setting up some kind of B split. They've inserted the 2 players towards the middle of the map.
No, if Rubino got spotted here, he's got the chance to be the end of this round, and it looks like he is. Does very well in this, but it will be traded back through. So now we're going to be seeing Liquid somehow tilting this back into their side. Keep in mind, Kiko and Nats only have the sheriffs, but now have the upgrades. Back on the rifles. The site control towards A is in. The pressure from B is there. The post plant could be tasty too with the util. Shados denied. A way forward, held back. He was looking for any sort of avenue in, not to be.
Yeah, deadlock trips in the post as well. Going to be difficult to deal with. Killjoy ult is on the tables for Soulcast, but I don't think there's enough time to maybe warrant using it.
Well,
he is going to go for it though.
Going for it. Shados light on bullets, but hoping for the right time at least. This does clear through towards tree now. Serial could be forced to go forward. Their patience. Where was the patience there? They had to play forward, sure, but Serial so ready, and Koi looking a little stunned that he went for it.
Yeah, he had to with the way the plant was. I didn't realize it's very safe. So that Killjoy ult would have been amazing if it was able to complete, because there's no way for them to spam back.
No one ready for the swing.
Yeah, I think that round, honestly, Kiko with the... We've been looking at these lurks on B from many different players. Kiko, finally the one to find success with that lurk through.
Saw a couple of ults here. Proactive start, this time prioritizing and furthering
Yep.
from Mount.
Not going to get anything from it, but nice little kind of Ascent Gelato inspired play.
Palatech still going to be forging the path, and Soulcast on the receiving end of this. They carry on here, a lot of stall coming in.
Yeah,
a lot
boy,
of
have a
util.
lot of numbers now.
Yeah, they certainly do. But Serial knocking at the door, and he's just come off a brilliant round. What's he do with this one then? Just so close by as well. Oh, Flyer, where did that come from? Camo's just gone down. That was over towards Tree, so yeah, fancying their chances towards the B side, but it's not going to be subtle. Shadow should hear all of this.
Ults now from Koi though on this retake. The Filu's Raise ult, Shados Fade ult do come
Oh
into
my
play.
god, Serial's pocket's playing though. Oh, Flyer, very nice. Checks on that. Maybe just feeling something was afoot. Nice try on the jump approach for the trade, but actually the spacing not quite right for Soulcast. But the run and gun works out well. Puntek goes down, and the numbers sit with Koi. Kiko couldn't hear it, but he knows it's happening. Has to go forward. Oh, it's stunning. Shadow sees the one to keep it. Koi getting half and him closing it out. Koi are back in this with 8 rounds.
It feels like finally, like Koi in those kind of late round, kind of clutchy kind of situations, finally getting one over.
Oh, he was actually showing through the smoke.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he'd have a little bit more of a room to play in. Oh, damn. Too thick. Unfortunate. And now the buy, I mean, it's not good, is it, for Liquid? So this could be a little bit of a run back for Koi. They got ults still to play with. They got options. They've got gunners on their side now.
Just whether they feel that pressure of having no mistakes able to be made now.
It's true.
Oh, that fade reveal hit. Unlucky there. No Odin spam.
Unskilled. Ow. Oh, Filu. Oh, catches Camo. Oh, it's gorgeous from Filu. Beautiful work from him. Confidence builder for sure. Koi, another correct step now.
Weapon here.
I think that's Filu's 5th ult of the game. And I think every single one of them
They've been good.
Pretty good.
But it was well timed with everything else as well. It wasn't that just solo effort.
No.
That was really, really lovely to watch.
I think Team Liquid do have another timeout to play with. I'm surprised we don't see one coming in.
Coach Mini would have called the timeout, would he?
I mean, if I heard the calls and I liked what I was hearing, I probably wouldn't, but...
Okay. I'd just like to put you on the spot.
I called timeouts too late, but it was tactical.
Spiteful.
Spiteful, yeah. Generally, I had a higher... I thought that Boaster was... Yeah, it's fine, it's fine.
Okay.
Boaster was better than the other IGL usually, so I didn't need to get involved.
Fair enough. Sadly, once again, we have failed the challenge of Mini not mentioning Fnatic.
Yeah,
Cast.
I tried.
It lasted 22 rounds, folks. It's probably the best we've done so far.
It felt a lot longer than 22 rounds.
Yes, working with me does feel like a lifetime of pain. And so does the Odin.
Yeah. I mean, I like the little bait, usually when you see the Odin spammer like this, it's... Oh, no, never mind, it's not a bait at all.
Ooh, that was just tailor-made. Filu being escorted out the door.
Liquid read that like a book.
Damn, and they even got Flyer at the same time?
Yeah, Palatech got a timing into C.
Takes a lot of damage for it, but he's still done so much. And spots out Soulcast here. But he's been big man so far, Soulcast, but he's going to have to respect the utility. Palatech forging the path for the boys forward. Deadlock util on top just to secure him, put him back in his cage. And they've got the plant because of this.
Yeah, tough retake here for Quaid. Not really much to work with at all. C's and a smoke. And Grobinho is the other side of the map still.
It's one of those happy rotations. vintage reference that 4 people get. But Soulcast stepping into the ring as Camo gets cleared, but it's Kiko to hold it together, and Nats to sign it, seal it, and deliver it. 13-9, but Koi looking much better than I've seen until this point. Even in the loss, we were asking, what's he competitive look? That was competitive.
Yeah, their first maps are usually not this close, so I'm happy that Koi got it this close. I want to see what their preparation was like on Split, though.
We're going to find that out after the break.